States education is your gateway
to a great American campus experience,
to pursue your passions,
to navigate cultural differences,
to gain real-world experiences,
to learn skills for a changing job market,
to thrive in your career,
to give back to your community and to the world,
to be the kind of person that you wouldn't have dreamed to be otherwise.
Come study in the United
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our today's webinar. We are very happy to have you here today, and we really hope that you will enjoy the information that we will offer you during today's webinar. So, as you might know, we are trying to give you during this upcoming month a series of interesting webinars which are very helpful for you to apply for studies in the US. And today we're going to focus specifically on the application process for community college, a topic which is maybe not really discussed, but it should be, because that's a real option for some students if they want to apply for studies in the US and secure their financial aid and and have more chances to afford the studies. So today I forgot to mention myself, actually. So I'm Alina and an EducationUSA advisor, and here with me is my colleague Aina. She's gonna present us the topic, which is about the community colleges and the 2+2 system. And after her presentation, we are gonna talk with Ozurbek, one of the students who is currently studying in a community college, and he will share with us his experience. So you guys will have the opportunity to address him your questions. So stay tuned. We'll start in a minute. Okay, so I will just give you the floor so you can start. And yes, and afterwards we'll just stop with the questions that we already have from some of our students. But meanwhile, guys, please don't forget to leave your questions in the comment section. We're gonna answer them.
Hi, Alina. Thank you very much. And hello, everybody. Welcome to our community college webinar. As Alina said, my name is Aina, and I will provide you with the information, with comprehensive information about community colleges in the United States and the programs they offer and some support services. And we will talk about the benefits that the applicants, the students, international students may get in community colleges. So it's about myself, like it's me, Aina. Let's start. So what's the community college? As you have already heard from our webinars, there are different systems, different institutions in the US. There are some institutions which can be called 2-year institutions or community colleges. So community colleges provide 2-year associate degree education in the US, and the academic credits of which can be optionally transferred into the other courses of a 4-year or major colleges where you can earn bachelor's degree. So the advantages of the community colleges are the simple admissions requirements. So there are no entrance requirements usually, and you don't have to upload any SAT, and usually you don't have to upload IELTS or even English language certificate test scores. Much lower tuition costs than most US 4-year universities or US colleges have. Classes are smaller than those in the first 2 years at most of US 4-year institutions. When I say classes are smaller, it means like in the 4-year institutions, usually in the first years, classes appear to be 100 students in one lecture room, and it's very hard for international students, especially those who are not very confident about their English language, to understand the information or to go into the flow. And in the community colleges, classes usually are very small. There are about 15 or 20 students in a class. So the professor or the teacher to student ratio is very low in a community college. So for one teacher or for one professor, usually there are about 20 students. Admissions rates to US four-year institutions are higher, and for US community colleges transfer students than for first-year applicants from abroad. So when you apply to let's say, if you want to apply to US university, you will have more chance to get into community college and then to transfer to the four-year university, even top-ranked university, than to go straight to the top-ranked four-year university. Next is community colleges are more affordable than most other higher educations. They offer associate degree, as I already said, for students who want to transfer to four-year institutions. What is associate degree? Associate degree is the level of the bachelor's degree. It's not the full degree with which you can go. You can go and work with this degree according to some professions, but still you have to earn the bachelor's degree, and the credits you earn in the community college can be transferred to the four-year university. Because of this, they are called 2+2 program. When you go to the community college, let's say you study 2 years minimum, and then you can go to the four-year university and also study 2 years minimum. Offer associate degree and certificates with clear and specific post-completion employment pathways towards career. In community college, usually they have programs which are directed to earn some profession. So every credit or every courses you have, they are directed to give you the hard skills you may need in your future profession or in your future career. Offer developmental coursework to help students become college ready. Usually community colleges offer students such courses as college prep courses, college admission courses, and research courses, which prepare students to go to four-year universities and which prepare students to study in a bigger system like university system. Support their local communities through educational, cultural, economic opportunities. Usually, community colleges work close with the communities they are in, and usually community colleges have memorandum of understanding or any agreements with the local employers, and they usually these employers hire more students who finish community colleges as they want to support their community colleges as they are supporting the community itself, the people living in the community. So, community colleges, some facts in the US, you can see that there are 142 community colleges in the US. 935 community colleges are public, 35 colleges are tribal, and there are independent 72 community colleges. The most developed and the most strong community college system is in California. And in California, there are also the strongest community college four-year university agreement system. The pathways they give is the strongest is in the California, and every community college has their own partner university with which they have their own partner programs. It's called the four-year university transfer program, and when the student comes to the community college, usually he starts his studies and already knows his plan. And if he says to the academic advisor that he wants to transfer to the four-year university, academic advisor will give him a plan, and if he will go strictly through this plan, his transfer will be very smooth, and it will be very beneficial for the student. Average age level, we can say, is 26. So most of students are very young. They are less than 22 years old, and the middle age is between 22 and 40. There are 35% of students, and also community colleges are very popular place for elder ones, and especially for those who want to change their profession or who wants to explore a uh, new professions or new specialities and change their workplace. Uh, According to the gender, 41% are men, 59% are women. Full-time students, most of community college students are part-time students, but there are some students who are full-time students. Here we wanted to say that if as you are international students in the US, you should be enrolled full-time to the community college to get the F visa status. There are international students, 9% of international students, according to 2023 statistics, studying in the community college. So you can see that community colleges are not so popular as four-year universities among the international students, but we can say that community colleges are becoming more and more popular for international students, and more students are interested in exploring themselves and trying American university system, as they are not very confident if they want to study abroad or if they want to study in the US in English language. So headcount enrollment, 40% enrolled into credit system and 60% non-credit. When we say non-credit, it's the certificate program. In the US system, you can earn certificates, and some jobs acquire only certificates, not a degree. If you want, for example, to be a plumber, you can get a certificate and go and be a plumber in the US. Next is the community college 2+2 program, how it works. So when the student applicant applies to the community college for 2 years, he stays in the community college for 2 years and studies English language courses deeply. They give a very deep and very broad spectrum of math courses. And also when a student, as I already said, starts the community college, he already discusses with his academic advisor his future, what he wants from the community college. If he wants to earn associate degree and straightly go working, it's one plan. If a student wants to get a 2-year community college associate degree and then transfer to the to a 4-year university and earn bachelor's degree, then usually academic advisors give them the transfer plan. According to the transfer plan, most of the credits, most of the courses can be earned in the community college. And as we already said, in the community college, the fee is much lower than in the 4-year university. So a student earns these credits at a lower price, we can say, than in 4-year universities. After it, he has a transfer plan and transfers to the 4-year university. Usually when the community college have a partner university, they have an agreement that they enroll or they give an opportunity to this community college alumni, graduates, to go to the 4-year university without any examinations, and they are usually get there easily. So 2 years in the community college plus 2 years in the 4-year university equals bachelor's degree, we can say. Here we can see admissions rate for the international students in the California community college system, in the California higher education system. As you see in the gray, we see the admissions rate, percentage of admissions for the well-known American Californian universities if the students, international freshmen, go straightly to the 4-year university. For example, here we see that to the University of California, Santa Barbara, it's the 20% of international students usually are admitted to the 4-year university. In comparison, in the dark blue, we can say that after finishing the colleges of Contra Costa, is the California Community College system, 82% of international students are admitted to the UCSB. And for example, in UCLA is very competitive university, 4-year university. Only 6% of international students are admitted straightly from the high school, from their countries. And in comparison to 35% of students who finish community college of Contra Costa system. Next is the framework, 2+2 framework. We can say here you see the first two levels are getting their bachelor's degree. So about, you can see everything in the chart. 30-40% of major courses can be taken in the community college level. 60 and 70% of general education courses can be also taken in the community college level. And again, one more benefit which the international student can get from the community college is that after community college, 2 years, the international student can go to OPT, optional practical training, and can work off campus. For all the majors, it's 1 year. For STEM majors, is 3 years. And after that, if he decides to continue studying in the US or in the 4-year university and will be admitted, he can go and finish his bachelor degree, his or her bachelor degree, and focus on major courses in the 4-year university and get the bachelor degree in 2 years. And after that, again, he can apply for OPT or CPT for 1 year for all the majors and for 3 years for STEM major. So if the international student goes directly to the 4-year university in the US, he will have an opportunity only to get once OPT or CPT, optional practical course, for 1 or 3 years. And if he goes to community college, he will have this opportunity twice. Then after the undergraduate degree, if the student wishes, he can go to the postgraduate degree to earn master's degree, or to go to get the PhD. And after every level, the international student is eligible to go to CPT or OPT training. Here also we can, when we talk about the pricing, we said that the community colleges give an opportunity of lower prices, fees for the education in the United States. Again, here we see the California Community College system, and you can see if you go straightly to the UC, University of California system, you can earn your bachelor's degree for this the last line for about $200,000. And if you go through the UC California Community College system, you can earn your bachelor's degree for $600 or $120,000. So and again, the tuition is based on the 30 units of the 2023-2024 academic year per term. List of top cheap community colleges in the US as for the 2023 academic year is like Oxnard Community College, Central Wyoming Colleges, Bristol Community College, also the South Texas Community College, and Greenfield Community College. And here we can say that the lowest priced is in Oxnard Community Colleges. Also, the community colleges offer not the grants, but the kind of scholarships, and they can lower the fee for international students with good academic achievements from 20 to 30%. Community college admissions requirements, as I said, are very simple. You don't have to show any English language test scores, any SAT scores. You only have to have the higher secondary certificate. It's the high school certificate for international students, academic transcripts for these certificates, ELP test scores. Some community colleges require English level test course, but usually don't. They don't need it. And also the passport and student visa status. And also the community colleges offer the I-20 form as a 4-year university for international students to get the F visa and to be an international student enrolled full time. Here also, if it's the last slide, and I also wanted to say that the same as in 4-year universities, if the international students get the F visa and stays in the United States being a full-time student enrolled, he is eligible to work 20 hours on campus. It's like the eligibility. And also he can work 40 hours in break times according to his visa status. So thank you so much, Alina. I think
Good. I think it was super useful, and we'll get even more information after we will ask our student or Zubek. He will offer us more details. But let's stop to the questions that we already have at this moment. So maybe it's gonna be more clear, and we're gonna be more organized with that. So one of the questions that came here is one moment, I will look for it. There are a lot of them. Is it harder or the same to obtain a full ride for community college compared with usual undergraduate degree?
so either harder to obtain full ride in community colleges. So, as we always say with Alina, for the financial aid opportunity, you should always check for the website of the university, the official university website, and official university admissions officers are the best place to check for financial aid, as the universities usually change their financial aid opportunities from 1 year to another year. And it's not hard to get the full ride in the community college. It depends on the community college. Some community colleges allow to get full ride. They give an opportunity, but usually it depends on the type of community college. Private or independent community colleges can offer full ride, but public community colleges usually don't offer full ride, as they are based on the financial support from the federal system, and they give the full ride for the local students.
Okay, perfect. Then another question, can you provide some specific community colleges which has more opportunities for us? I think on the last slide, you've mentioned already like 5 community colleges that offer more kind of, financial, not more financially, but I mean, the price is lower. So yes, yeah. But I think we need to explain to the students about the financial opportunities, as you've mentioned. Unfortunately, in many cases, at the community colleges, you will not get the financial aid as you would get to a private, normal university. So you should be conscious about that. And as Aina said, they might have the scholarships, but that's your job to look for that. I mean, you should look for this on their website. You should contact their admission commission, or whoever is in charge of that. And after that, you will get more understanding about what chances you might have to get this financial aid from the community college or from a normal university. So yes, good. Is it visa granted equally for community colleges and undergraduates? I think you've answered this question. Is
Um,
visa granted equally for community college
yes.
and undergrad?
Yeah. I think I have answered it in
Yes.
my last sentence. So again, whenever you go to community college or 4-year university, if you're eligible to get the F status student visa, they are giving you I-20 form, but you should be enrolled full time in the community college, like the same as the 4-year university. So there is no difference between community college or 4-year university. It's the accredited institution of post-secondary education. So they are giving the F status for the full-time students.
Yeah. Good. Great. Okay, so I think we're done at this moment with the questions guys mentioned in the comment section. So think we can move on with our student, with Orzu Beck or Orzu. Hello, and thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Thank you very much for agreeing to share your experience. I hope that the questions that we will give you today are not gonna, I'm not gonna bother you a lot. Okay, so maybe you can just introduce yourself, tell us more about what you're studying, where are you studying, so the students will get a better understanding
Oh, yeah,
about.
absolutely. So, my name is Orzu. I am an international student here in Houston, Texas, from Tajikistan. First time I arrived in the United States as a flex finalist. I did my exchange year. Then I went back home and I came back the 8 months later to continue my education at Houston Community College. Right now, I am doing my last semester at Houston Community College as a business administration major.
Okay, perfect. Good. And okay, so one of the first question which I would like to address to you is why and when did you decided to specifically apply for a community college? What made you do that?
Well, I feel like it's the same story as everyone. You apply to a 4-year school, you don't get enough financial aid, and then
Okay.
you go to community college.
Okay, tell us your story.
Whoever
It was a
whoever
long
tells
path.
you another story is lying because
Okay.
because I believe if you have a chance to just straight away go to a 4-year school, no one's going to go to a community college. But don't get me wrong, community colleges are also very good. It helped me in a lot of ways. Well, first of all, the reason why I decided to go with a community college is mainly the financial aspect of it because it's so much cheaper than a 4-year school, and plus I got a full ride scholarship from my college, so that made my decision to go into a community college. Basically, the
Okay.
financial aspect of it and the scholarship that I received.
Okay, that makes sense, definitely. And for our students, just to let them know, is
Mhm.
this scholarship valid still, or they cannot apply anymore for
So
that?
there is, I don't know about a lot of scholarships like outside my institution, but I know specifically in Texas, so we have two community colleges. We have Houston Community College Systems and then Lone Star Community College Systems. I know that
Mhm.
HCC, the one that I am at, they no longer offer the scholarship for international students, but I believe last time I checked, Lone Star still does, and it's not these kind of scholarships usually 90% of the time when you apply to a community college, since they're very limited on their funding, uh, they don't offer financial aid to international students. uh, the reason why I got it because my scholarship is not from the HCC itself, from not from the Houston Community College itself. It's from the Honors College program that is under HCC, so it's funded separately.
Mhm.
So you have to apply to the honors college program by yourself, and then the honors college that gives you the scholarship, not the HCC.
Okay, and how did you found that scholarship? Was it on
On the
their website?
website, yes, on the
Okay.
website, and then I was listening to the presentation as well, and it is true that to apply to community college, you don't need SAT or any English language tests. However, uh, if you want to start your um, if you want to start your education on a college level classes and start taking college class level class right away, you will still have to take tests, and they're different by each um, community college you apply. In Texas, they have the one exam which is called TSI. You take TSI math, TSI English, for them just to understand on what level are you. So if you're on a college level, you take the same courses that a person in University of Texas or Rice University or any person would take. It's the same academic level courses that they take.
They would take this course when they would come in the like for studies, so they would
Yes.
write
So
a waiver or
so you
copy.
take the test, and then you get your results, and then they will see if your English is valid, is good enough. If no, they will put you in ESL, in English as a second language classes, and only then you will go to a college level English class. And then
Okay.
for the program that I had, it was the same thing. So I had to apply to HCC, and I had to apply to the program separately. So I had to have a specific result, specific points for my TSI exam. So if I didn't meet those requirements, I would not be able to. And then you also write an essay, you go through an interview. So to get into community college itself is easy. However, to get a scholarship, you will need to do basically the same thing than you do
As
for
for a normal
yeah,
undergraduate
yeah,
level,
yeah.
yes, you should do your best. I mean, you should convince them.
Yeah, and
And
it's
yeah.
super. I'm sure in all community colleges, scholarship for international students are going to be super competitive, and especially at community colleges because they don't have the same funding as private private 4-year schools would have.
Okay, good. Let's move to our next question. I think we already discussed the financial part.
Mhm.
About the standardized test, you also mentioned that you didn't really had to take some of them. You had them separately, correct? Which one did you had?
Yes, so I did not have SAT. I mean, I had it,
Mhm.
but it was really bad, so I didn't report it. So I had TOEFL and I had Duolingo too, and that kind of clicked the requirement for my. I didn't have to take TSI English.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I already with the score that I had, I was eligible to be enrolled in a college level English course,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take math. So the math, I took the TSI, and I also got eligible to take an English level course in at a high school. So if you're not eligible, if you don't get to a specific point, you'll have to take high school classes again, like high school level classes again, and only then you can build up to a college level class. So they will still accept you, but that will make your path to graduation a little longer than it's supposed to be.
Okay, good. I see someone is just insisting with one question, but it's actually one of the question that we had
Mhm.
next. So it's about how was the application process and what platform did you use to apply? But maybe first of all, you can just say where did you found this community college specifically? I
Mhm.
mean, community
Well, I was
college.
a bit lucky. I think if I was back in Tajikistan and I was
Mhm.
applying from there, I wouldn't be able to know. But with my college counselor at my high school here during my flex year, she helped me a lot. So
Okay.
we were first applying for 4-year schools, and she was helping me with that. However, that didn't work. I didn't get the financial aid that I needed. And then she offered me to. She always told me that let's have that for Plan B, always. So and she told me that you will like they offer international a scholarship for international students as well. So that's how I knew about it. The way I applied is you go to applytexas.com, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
It's the website that you can apply. I don't think you can apply from a Common App to HCC. I think you
I
have to
think
go to
no. Yes, they
yeah.
have their own platform.
Yes. So if you apply for any university, if it's a 4-year community college, doesn't matter. If you apply to any university or college inside of Texas, you can just go to applytexas.com, pick your school, and then apply through there. Uh, as far as my community college application, I didn't really have to do anything except taking the TSI so I can take the college level courses. And then I also reported my TSI results to the honors college application. The honors college, how I realized about that is from the website. So they have the website. However, they don't mention most of them. So double check. They don't mention that they offer scholarship for international students because they don't really want to give scholarship for international students because it's much more expensive. So the honors college program has to pay double the price of a domestic student to pay for me, and so I can have the scholarship. That's why they're canceling it for future international students in my college. So in my on the website, for example, if you go to HC website and you go to honors college, they don't tell you anything. They have that students are eligible for full ride scholarship, full tuition, and supply scholarships if they're part of the honors college, but doesn't say anything about international students. So it was on my interview that I the director of honors college that was interviewing me told me that she has one scholarship for international student. So yeah.
And how many people were for this place?
Oh, right now we have about 40 students.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I mean for that scholarship specifically that you were interested about. Do you know how many applicants were for that scholarship at that moment for that?
So I know that we have about 7 international students in our program, and all the
Okay.
rest are domestic. So all the domestics have, and out of 7, I think only 4 or 3 have the scholarship.
The scholarship. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let's move to the other question. If you can just describe a bit how is your academic and social life on campus? If it's very different from a normal life, I mean,
Mhm.
if it's very different from a regular school or a
Mhm.
university,
Mhm.
what can you say about that?
Yeah. So community college, the difference between community college and a 4-year school is that community colleges are considered as a commuter schools. So it's not that you go to a school and it's all the people, 90% of the people that you study with are your age. They just got out of high school. When you go to community college, as you saw in the presentation, the average age is 27 years old. So people use community college just as a place to get their degree or to get the specific classes that they're missing and just get their certification and leave. So it doesn't really have the school spirit that most 4-year schools have. It just an educational institution that you come, get your degree, and then go. That's one of the disadvantages of community colleges, that it doesn't really have a lot of like extracurricular activities that you can take part in or anything. But if you're very passionate and you still need those extracurricular activities because you still need to work on your application or your transfer application, like for example, my college, I'm really lucky to be part of the honors college. So the honors college is really has really helped me because it's like we have this small community. We have our little lounge at the on campus, and then we all chill there. We have classes together, and then we work on projects, and then we also have student government association and all of that. So there are extracurricular activities, but they're not on the larger scale as 4-year schools would, and there are no sports. So, as in 4-year schools, we don't have any
Okay,
sports.
but we are talking specifically, guys, about this community college. It doesn't mean that for the rest of them we will not have sports or some other extracurricular activities. It's just a case of
Yeah.
other aspects. So just yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. And I think that's super helpful because you don't really need to get too hopeful. You need to be really realistic when you are doing your research. You really need to know what you want. And as we mentioned always, not any university would be your fit. So you should find your best fit. You should think about your options. You should think about, your ideas, your preferences. And after that, you just pick up this college, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think we are coming to to the last 2 questions that I have for you. If you can just share your plans after completing the community
Mhm.
college and sharing an advice with our student, what it would be. So let's start first with the plans that you have, and after that with the advice.
Yeah. So, the plan that I currently have is, well, I'm graduating next semester, so I'm graduating next fall. I was going to, of course, I'm going to transfer initially, um, and but I'm going to take my OPT first because I'm not sure if it's the same as in all community colleges, but in my community colleges, I was not eligible for the CPT, the work authorization that you take while you are at school, to take internships while you're at school. I can only get OPT. So after I complete my degree, I can take 1 year to do an internship for 1 year. So that's what I'm going to do. And then after my internship, I'm going to transfer to a 4 year school. That's kind of my plan is, and the advice that I would have for international students that are interested in community colleges: do your research very well. Know where you're going. Know the area. Like for example, I was coming here. Uh, Community colleges, 90% of them don't offer housing, so you'll have to look at where you're going to live yourself, rent your room or your apartment, and devote a good amount of time for that research on what area you're going to live, because I know it's extremely hard to find a place to live. You don't know if the area is good. You've never been. Like, even though I lived in Houston for 1 year, I was still living with my host family for 1 year. So I really was in that little bubble, and I didn't really know what's happening outside my neighborhood. uh, so even after coming there and looking for an apartment from Tajikistan, it was really hard. So just devote a big chunk of time and research for it. Um, Another advice that I would have: if you want to transfer, you have to take either Associate of Arts or Associate of Science. Do not take Associate of Applied Science, because I know a lot of international students who have this problem. Associate of Applied Science, it's really hard to transfer to a school if you take an Associate of Applied Science, because Associate of Applied Science or Associate of Applied Arts is designated for those students who don't want to transfer to a 4 year school. So you take these 2 years that you take only classes that are related to your major, and you don't take the general education courses that I take. When you take Associate of Arts and Associate of Science, don't matter your major, even if you're a pre-med, you take, as it was said in the presentation, 60 or 70% of your courses are general education classes that are not related to your major. That's only to hit the requirements for transfer to your transfer school. And have a list of your transfer schools ready, so you can get their transfer, I don't know what it's called, transfer requirements, because all the schools have different requirements for their transfer applications. You have to take you have to already taken several credits, and it's different from school to school. Like for example, if you want to go to UT Business School, you'll have to have Calculus 2, right? And then, for example, University of Houston doesn't have that requirement, right? So you have to have a list of your schools, and then see what required classes they have for you to transfer.
That's a really good point. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for sharing all that. Guys, if you have more questions, you can leave them also in the comment sections, and we can answer them after. I just want to thank once again Orzubek and Aina for sharing this useful information regarding the application process for community colleges. I think it was super useful and helpful, and I really hope that our students enjoyed our today's session. I don't know if Aina wants to add something else, to the end, if you want to share some more information about what we already discussed today.
I think it was a great opportunity for our listeners, for our students, to understand the different types of institutions, because usually international students are more aware of 4 year universities. But as Alina said again and again, explore your opportunities. Find the information search skills are the best skills. Orzo already said that will help you in your future, and we also pay a lot of your attention to the to exploring the social question, like where you're gonna live, where the campus is. And it also goes the same way with the 4 year university. You should understand the accommodation that the university have and the where it is located to understand if it fits you. Not only look for the financial aid opportunities, we say, because it's very important, but still there are a lot of more important things that you also need to be aware of. Good luck again, once again, for those who are applying.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Orzu, for sharing all
Thank
this
you so much.
information. It was super interesting and useful. And thank you, guys, for being with us today. For those who didn't have the chance, as I've mentioned, you can leave your comments here in the comment section, and we can answer them after. We wish you luck and a lot of inspiration during your application process. Thank you very much.